changes every which way. You got to hold on to what you need. And if I hide myself away, how could I roll with the world away? We can trust each other, always make things right. What is more important than loving someone? La 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 la,
Hey everyone, welcome to a very special live stream. We've already got a donation in the thing. That's fantastic. I hope we are all doing fantastic. I want to welcome everyone to the launch of our very first Design Collective event, where your favorite designers and creators have come together to build awareness for a cause that we believe in. This month we are raising awareness for Alzheimer's disease by encouraging you to change your profile picture on Instagram to purple for this weekend, as well as donate to our Gofundme page, and our goal for that is $5,000. So hopefully we can reach that by the end of this weekend, and all those funds will be donated to the Alzheimer's organization. If you want to donate, there's links down below as well to the organization. And yeah, if you donate, it will appear on the screen here. It will add to our tally, which is up here, as well as you get your name here and a little notification, I think, down this side. So yeah, that's super exciting. So if you guys want to help support the cause, make sure you donate throughout the stream. And we'll try to give you a quick shout out too as well. I've got a few things to run through here before we jump into our first couple of guests. First thing, I would like to say a big thank you. I just got a big thumbs up from our head of support over here and head of backend, saying that everything's fixed and ready to go. We had a couple of issues, but as you guys can see, it's a fairly relaxed type of live stream. It's not at the level of Front Row. Production wise, probably yes, we hope. But you'll see that it's going to be very relaxed, and we're going to communicate with a lot of you guys in chats. We have a wide range of designers joining us in this quest to change your background color to purple on Instagram this weekend, including Chris Doe, Michael Jander, Miriam Isaac, just a bunch of awesome people who are joining in on this challenge. And yeah, with that, we do encourage you guys to join and share the love using the hashtag Uniting Through Color, as well as making sure to tag us at Pitchproof on Instagram so we can share it and repost it on our stories. So that would be super awesome. We'd love to put together some sort of collection at the end, maybe like a big poster or something with that, with all your stories. During this live stream, like I said before, guys, you can donate during the link down below. 100% of proceeds will go towards our Gofundme page. You will also get your name appearing on screen as a bit of a bonus, which is super cool. Let's roll it back a little bit. I want to tell you guys about the initial idea for this digital event. It was started by Stephen from @UX who started this like group on Instagram going, hey guys, we've got this like color war happening at the moment. You know, we've got Michael Jander with hashtag Team Yellow, and it was kind of like a bit of a war, I guess, to put it simply. So Stephen came to a group chat and he created it, and he's like, hey guys, let's just come together and do something really awesome for a charity, which I thought was an awesome idea. So I jumped on board, I built a landing page, and obviously put our Pitchproof team behind it to get this live stream together. Jacob Cass from Just Creative designed a logo, which you guys can see up in the corner there. And yeah, of course, we had a lot of support from a bunch of different creators to put together a bunch of promotional assets and just let you guys know what the go is and what's actually happening this week. And here's the even crazier part. We've done this in like less than 2 weeks. Like, it literally just started as an idea, and then things just kind of got executed, I guess. We just started working together, and we just created something awesome. So we're super excited this weekend to see what happens. A couple other things that we'll jump into. Shane, who is our first guest. But I want to talk about Alzheimer's disease real quick and run you guys through a couple of statistics. Over 50 million people worldwide suffer from dementia, with Alzheimer's being the most common cause, and over 10 million new cases every year. So that's why donating is super important to potentially help find a cure, because there isn't a cure at the moment. So any donation is a good donation. With that being said, we know as designers that a single color can make a huge difference. So simply just by changing your profile picture to purple this weekend, we can show how color can make a huge difference. So I guess without further ado, I am more than happy to jump into our first guest, which I believe we have Shane Carell. Hope I'm pronouncing his last name right. He's the founder of Aspect Brands. I'm super excited to jump on a call with him because I saw him speak. I've been connected to him for a little while. We've had conversations back and forth in the Instagram DMs. But I saw him on a podcast with Frank from G'day Frank, and just his approach to running a design business is super interesting. And just his hustle to get out on the street and actually ask people for work is super interesting. I think you guys would find a lot of value in it. So without further ado, hopefully we can get Shane on board and get this show on the road. Hey Shane, how we going? No, I can't hear him.
Oh my God.
Hopefully everybody can still hear me. To give you guys a quick insight to what was going on, if the camera can flick back to me real quick, Tom. We're just having a couple of issues getting our speakers being able to be heard on stream as well as in my ears. So I might just chill for a couple of minutes. Have a big drink of water and see if we can get Shane up and running. But yeah, guys, if you want to donate, link is in description. Make sure you check that one out. It's going to be super exciting once you guys donate and setting that bar up top. Oh, I had a random sound effect in my ears. I got him. Here we go. How we going? Good. Just real quick, Tom, it's fairly loud. Can we just turn that down a little bit in my ears? That's awesome. It's awesome to jump on a call with you because I feel like this is well overdue. And I was saying to our audience before, just a little bit up. Yeah. As I was saying to our audience before, my first time seeing you probably on video properly in like a long form session was with Frank on his podcast. And what really stood out to me was just your hustle to get out on the streets and actually go ask people. You're saying your sign shit. I can help you, that type of thing.
Thanks,
so I guess
man. Yeah,
first donation.
It's a bit different.
Let's just congratulate Kieran Design for donating $5. That's the first donation of the day, so that's awesome. But real quick, give everyone on stream just a quick introduction about you, maybe your design background and what you're currently doing.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for having me first and foremost, man. Really appreciate being on the stream for such a good cause. So,
and quick shout out to Bless Creatives for $25.
Oh, thanks, Bless. Yeah, man. So pretty much been a designer for 12 years, and just the start of the year this year, I decided to start my own business, not only doing brand design but also brand implementation, which is helping with the rollout of the brand, whether it be modes of signage, printing, merchandising, product packaging, all the different kinds of things. I actually facilitate and help people physically roll out their branding, which is really awesome. And it's not really something I've seen a business do before, to give such a comprehensive design service. So yeah, man, good bit of fun. Just pretty much 12 months down, and I've had a great year. So really stoked, man. That's awesome.
Now I'm super excited. Because I'm seeing some of your content on Instagram now, and it's super cool how you're putting all that together. I don't even know how we initially connected on Instagram. I can't remember if you reached out to me or I reached out to you. I remember there was something.
I did reach out to you.
Yeah, but I remember there was something where I reached out to you because I'm like, hey, I'm going to be up in Sydney for a couple of weeks. Still waiting on that trip, by the way, but life has got busy. And I'm like, is anyone up in Sydney? And he Shane put his hands up. He's like, I'm a Sydney guy.
Yeah, probably when I first touched base with you, I'd only just been on Instagram for a few weeks, but
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I got onto your content really early, man. Really awesome stuff. Really love what you guys are doing at Pitchproof. And yeah, man, just making connections online. That's what this community is all about. And
that's it.
This cause, you can see how amazing it is getting a whole community behind a cause. And I think it's really interesting, Alzheimer's, because I personally saw my grandmother in her later years deal with Alzheimer's, and it's interesting how, as identity designers, we literally create values and personality around businesses. And Alzheimer's literally, and I've seen this firsthand, Alzheimer's steals personality. It takes the life out of people. And I think to raise awareness about something that is contradictory to what we do as identity designers. Stripping away that identity, stripping away that personality, I think is a really awesome initiative, man. I'm really thankful to be a part of it.
Of course. Happy to get you involved. Just a quick fun fact to everyone watching. We organised this call this afternoon or this morning or something. So I just want to show to everyone that like...
about 2 o'clock.
Yeah, just like everything with this Design Collective stuff, it's all been done like super last minute. But sometimes, you know, you need pressure to make diamonds, so...
100%. And I've got the old trusty wired headphones here, my wireless headphones.
I mean,
and sometimes it doesn't work. You just got to go back to the primitive technology, man.
That's right. Back to basics. I like it.
That's it, man.
So what I'm thinking we can do, just to keep it fairly relaxed, because we won't have that much time because obviously we had a bit of a slow start. But I'm thinking if anyone in chat wants to ask any questions for Shane and I, I'm sure we can answer them. Shane has a ton of experience, so that'd be super cool to do. So just make sure to ask your questions. But I guess, maybe you tell everyone at home your Instagram handle so everybody can go follow you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm only new. Go easy on me, but so it's at Aspect Brands.
Let's look at it right now.
It's interesting. I'm still getting a feel for what type of content I want to put out there. I've been trying a few different things. I've been really big on getting that grid nice and neat, nice and nice and flush. So working out the kinks, man. But it's an interesting space to be in. Everyone has such a strong sense of identity in the space. I think it's really awesome. So I don't know. It's kind of making sure that you're a point of difference. How can I portray myself differently? How can my content come across differently? So it's an ongoing thing, man. We're all in the game. So making it happen. So good fun, man.
Yeah. No, I was saying the other day on a podcast actually about being different rather than being better. And what I meant by that is if you look at like the top couple of agencies in the world, so say if you took like Landor in Australia, which did like the Australian Open branding and like BP, and then you look at Pentagram, who did a bunch of big brands as well, like their output is very similar quality. Like you wouldn't be able to tell like the difference in, I guess, quality. The difference is their brand positioning. And I think as designers, we should value that more and focus on being different rather than better.
Absolutely. And it's funny you say that because when I first started to develop content for Instagram in particular, I was so critical of what I was doing. I'm like, this isn't good enough. I can't start with this, you know. And you start to, self-doubt creeps in. It's like you look out there and you see what everyone's doing and how amazing everyone, how creative and talented everyone is. And it's easy to just completely forego putting anything out at all. And it's so important to just be out there, making your opinion heard, conversing with other people within the community, building rapport, just creating relationships, which is, I think is the absolute, that's what social media is all about. That's what's so amazing about this platform. So
it's like I say, it's social media, not robot media. We need to behave like humans, 100%. Reply to comments, reply to DMs, and not just leave people on red.
Absolutely. Oh, leave people on red. That's a...
Don't you hate it?
Sin. Oh, dude.
Or just the classic, just like the comment, just leave it there.
Oh, brutality.
All right. Devad Sanders asks, what's it like being in Australia? I've never been.
Oh, what's it like being in Australia?
Well, let me start with this one, Shane. Do we ride kangaroos to work?
Oh, 100%, dude. 100%, dude. Yeah, I've got a little fella named Skippy Doodah that I ride down the street. Yeah, just go down to I think one of the biggest things I actually was just down to the Bottle-O, down to Macca's. That's our Australian. That's McDonald's.
That's
for Australia.
Right. Yeah.
But it's interesting the tiny little differences in. I mean, Australia is very much a commercialized, first world type nation. But a few little differences in culture are really interesting. I just had some American friends that I was just hanging out with only yesterday, and they were saying a few things like they love our slang, they love our slogans like "oh, good on ya," or
That's awesome. I think
Are
I've
you
lost you again real quick, Shane.
Have
I think
you?
it's on our end.
Can you
No,
hear me?
I think you're good. I think it's on our end. Just everyone in stream can hear me, so definitely keep asking questions.
Yo, yo.
No, I can't
Can you
hear.
guys hear me?
I think it's you. Is your AirPods
I
on?
think it is the AirPods. All right.
Good bit of fun.
Can everyone
Yeah.
let me know in?
So if you want to ask him something, I can tell you what he said.
Yeah, if hopefully everyone can hear me in chat. If you can,
you
just
hear
drop
me?
a little exclamation mark or something saying that you can hear me. Say big yes, Ryan. That would be fantastic. But Shane, back to you. I just want to ask
Yep.
you another quick question. Jared says, "Watch out for the drop bears." That's good. This one's a
Drop
good one.
bears.
Shane, you got 2 minutes to explain this. How to grow a
Alright,
beard.
let's
Go.
How to grow a beard? Oh my gosh,
He's
man!
exalted.
I've been trying to do this for a little while now. I have a very so if I don't have a beard, I look about 10 years old. But how do I grow a beard? Oh man, I don't know. Drink a lot of beer, drink a lot of whiskey. I guess that would be my advice. But yeah,
Is that
I think
good?
I've lost you guys here.
Is he still there? All
Yo,
right.
yo.
Hopefully, I'll
Can
be
you
able to
hear me?
hear you now. I've just switched headphones.
Oh,
This
okay,
is the
yeah,
way
yeah,
we
yeah.
roll. I still can't hear him, but that's all right because you can
Can't
hear
hear
me.
me?
Um,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
Yes, everybody can hear me. That's fantastic. That's good. That's good. What's up? What's up? 34 people watching. That's pretty good. Let's just do a couple of shout outs, Shane. First, there we go. I've got you back. This is fantastic now. Hopefully it doesn't drop out. Touch wood. A few donations coming in. As we said before, Bless donated $25. Thank you. Dan, $10. That's awesome. Joe's Lito donated $1 and they said, "Hey Ryan, keep up the great work." Thank you. A few more questions coming in. Hey Ryan and Shane, I'm 18 years old, intermediate level graphic designer from India. I need guidance. I can reach a professional / expert level. Guide me. You're up.
Alright, I can't hear him, so.
I can't hear him.
Can't hear him. The stream can't hear him.
All right, hold on one sec, Shane. Apparently the stream can't hear you either. A few technical difficulties. Go # team wide headphones. It might be the way to go, but unfortunately I'm a little bit away from. I know it's the way to go. So I guess I'll answer that question real quick. If you want to become an expert, I guess one, you probably just need experience and actually being able to validate your expertise. But I mean, you got to position yourself as an expert too. And the big difference between experts and I guess just intermediate people is
Yo, yo.
I don't just want to say they know what they're doing better than intermediate people. I just think they've got the most experience. And you know, you don't have to be, 50 years old to have the most experience. But it's just working with a wider range of clients. I think it's really hard to answer what's the difference between an expert and just an intermediate level graphic designer because it's hard to, I guess,
Hello.
clarify what's that. Shane's back.
Yo. All right, I'm back.
All
I've
right.
got a good answer for this one.
All right, go. You better go.
Okay. All right. Being regarded as an expert is completely in the eyes of the client that you're working with. So I
Bang
think
on.
as a young designer, right now, all you need to be doing is just focusing on getting through some work. Okay. We've all been at that stage. We're young. We're still finding our feet, finding our own style, whatever it is. Just work really hard. Always be designing. Always have your computer open and just jump on and get some design work done. Always be learning and find your style. And then when you are at a place where you're like, okay, I think I've got value to offer people, then you got to go out and find your clientele. You got to start working with maybe family and friends, whoever it is that needs some design work. I think it's important that you just portray yourself as someone who is really confident in what they can offer people. And then people regard you as a professional. Designing it's not even like you need to show proof of qualification or anything. If you can design great, you can design great. Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
If you can fulfill the client's needs, then they will view you as a professional. I think early as an 18-year-old, as a young guy, right now you just need to be working hard to make sure that you can improve your skill set and offer people great value.
Couldn't agree more. I think you've summed that up perfectly. Just before we head off on this session, can you just tell people, how do you get clients?
How do I get clients? Look, it's an array of things, but I mean, as I said on the other podcast, I quite literally go out and prospect out in person. I approach businesses. I start conversations with people. As I said earlier, I do provide quite an array of services, but I quite literally go and have discussions with people out at their place of work, and just have a chat with them, see what needs they have. In the end of the day, there's not a lot of selling to be done if someone has a need. So if I turn up to a workplace and they have a need, whether it be for signage or design work, I find that there's a few different ways that you can get your in on small scale design work to then work your way up to, hey, I'd like to work with you down the line on maybe a rebrand or some higher ticket items. I think just putting yourself out there, man. I mean, that's what I do.
That's it. You gotta do
Towards the end of the year, it does become a little trickier. People are busier. People don't have the time. But most of the year, you got to get out there and you got to approach people and you got to let people know that you're here. Like if you don't, they're not sitting on your Instagram page. You need to get out there and tell people, hey, this is what I do. I can help you.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. All right, Shane, I think we're going to wrap it up there. Sorry for keeping this one short today, but let's definitely jump on a call or something another time, because I definitely want to chat further with you about how we can collaborate in future.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Ryan. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome. Before you head off, just remind everyone real quick on where they can find you.
Okay, so I'm on Instagram at Aspect Brands. That's ASPECT BRANDS. Aspect Brands.
Everyone, go chuck him a follow. Thanks. You want to watch what he does. Awesome. Thanks, Shane. You have an awesome day.
Cheers.
Or night, man. Where we are. Yeah. All right, guys. Fantastic. Up next, I believe we have Jared and Anna. You guys will want to stick around for these guys. These guys are amazing. I actually haven't spoken to them before in a video call before. I just want to touch base with a couple of donations that you guys have been sending through. One from John for $10.06, and he writes, "God bless Ryan, have a good stream." Thank you very much, John. We really do appreciate all the support. All right, guys, we're going to be back in about 2-3 minutes, so enjoy this little starting screen. Be back soon, animation, and in 2 minutes we'll be back with the next speakers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. Just a couple of things to catch up on. If you want to donate and get your name appearing up here as well as in this corner too, there's a link in the description. Make sure you donate. It would be a huge support to the charity of Alzheimer's organisation. All right, so we're about to jump on a call with Anna Santos, maybe we'll have to ask her, from at ux.by.anna. So let's jump on a real quick call with her and see what's up. Hey Anna, how we going? Oh, give us one sec.
Oops.
Hey Anna, can you hear me?
Hi, I can hear you now. Yes, sorry.
Awesome, fantastic. What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just really excited about
That's
this
awesome.
challenge. I think, it was really interesting how everything happened so fast.
Yes, very
And-
quickly. What time
quick.
is it over there?
It's actually 11 a.m., so
Oh, that's all right.
still quite early. How
Better
about
than
over there?
11 p.m. over here. I'll give you that. Just real quick, give us a 2-minute introduction on your design background, who you are, and I guess what you're doing on Instagram.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Anna. I am based in Portugal. I am a UX consultant and I actually work a lot with other designers like students. I teach and I mentor a lot as well. So I've kind of created my Instagram to teach about UX, like UX strategy and also the UX process, which is not something that I don't think many of us talk about. So it's a bit more focused on UI design. So I thought it would be great to have someone talk about more about the strategy and the research part. And it has been really fun because then I found the community and yeah, it was been really interesting so far in Instagram.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you're obviously killing it on Instagram with 25,000 followers. That's amazing. And obviously joining in with the hashtag Team Purple movement has been super exciting as well. Just walk us through, because I'm super interested to get your take on this. I'm just looking at your Instagram now. Obviously, a lot of designers have been doing this, including ourselves. That's really pivoted growth on Instagram for designers is the carousel posts. I just see you like starting this, changing your feed from about mid-May. So just talk us through real quick why you decided to jump on the carousel wagon and how that's kind of impacted your social media presence.
Great question. Actually, so because I wanted to create more educational content, and I have noticed how carousels could be so effective in actually teaching that content, I thought it would be a good idea to experiment with that format. Because before I used to write articles, but then people would, so they would have to access the link and actually read the article somewhere else, like take them away from Instagram. So it was not as engaging. And I noticed people wouldn't ask as many questions because they would need to go somewhere else to access that content. So I think to create that interaction, and also because you're on Instagram and everything is happening and moving so fast, so having that in like a short format would be really useful. So I saw other people doing it, and I thought, well, let's see how that
Give it a
content
shot.
fits in that format.
Yeah, it's awesome. Because obviously the engagement rate is extremely high for all these carousel posts. Do you worry though, because this is my big worry with Instagram and the design carousels at the moment and the educational posts, is that a lot of designers are just doing it for the engagement, for the likes and the follows, rather than just focusing on the core of social media, which should just be to build a network and just engage with other people and build that community. Yes, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that, if you think the designers are, I guess, posting too much carousels, I guess.
I worry a bit actually. It's just because I think it became so popular, and sometimes when something becomes too popular, we might just post, just because, and we
Yeah.
might not put as much thought into it. So I think it deserves the same attention. And for example, the topics, there are so many different types of topics that you can actually have in a carousel. And sometimes we feel like, this has been done before and so many people are posting it already. So I think it's more important than ever to create original content. And for me, it's not just about the format. Like, it is engaging because you can scroll and you can interact with it, but it's not just about the format, but it's also about the content within that format. So I think that's important that we keep challenging ourselves. So we can have original content. There's so much we can do. It's not just, 8 types of, whatever it is, or 8 books, keep,
For sure.
being original and bringing value.
That's awesome. All right, so let's jump in some questions. This first one here from Nasa. Why not go freelance or build my own agency? So I guess the real question is here, which one should I go? Should I go freelance or should I try to start an agency?
Great question. I think there's not a right or wrong answer.
Yeah, agreed.
So I've actually tried a bit of the both. And to be honest, I kind of enjoy my freedom as a freelancer. So, I don't really like the word freelancer. I'm more like an independent consultant. So, it's a bit
Fancy.
how you, it's fancy, right? Much better.
I like it.
Because also as a freelancer, I felt I was too the constraints about having to do all that hands-on work that is typically associated with UX, like the UI design and just the visual design part. And I wanted to do more than that. I wanted to be more like a strategist, a consultant. So I wanted to focus more on that. So I think as a, let's say, freelancer or independent worker, you really need to define what are you doing, your personal brand, and who you want to reach and how are you reaching to them. Because an agency, I think, it's different. The type of work you do as an agency is different. And for me, the advantage is that you can bring more people on board, like you can have your own team. So depending on the type of work you do, like even if you do the full scope, it would make sense for me to have an agency. So it's not just about me, it's about the whole team, like a bit beyond my brand name. But in the end, I don't think like you are more successful if you have an agency or if you are a freelancer. It's just about the service you are offering and your audience as well.
Yeah, that's right. I think it comes down to self-awareness too, knowing what you want out of a design career, whether you want to run a big team or just be a solo entrepreneur. It just comes down to self-awareness. All right, I got a few more questions coming in. How long does Anna's strategy process usually take?
How long does, sorry, say again?
How long does your strategy process usually take?
It depends a lot. Like it depends. Like for me, a really underrated skill when it comes to UX designers in general, is being able to adapt your process. Because nowadays, like there's so many boot camps and so many frameworks, and I think we are kind of not doomed, but tempted to just follow the same process over and over again. And the most important is really being able to adapt to the constraints. So sometimes it can take a long time. Sometimes it can be something that has a shorter deadline. So you really need to be able to adapt. Like one of the first questions you need to ask.
That's awesome. All right, another question coming in from Devad for Anna. When working with people you mentor, what is the most common fear or issue you see?
So when I mentor, if I mentor students, so I would say that, for business is a bit different, but when I'm mentoring students or aspiring UX designers, actually the main issue is how do I improve my portfolio? I think that's the main thing, like how do I improve my portfolio? How do I get my first, junior role? And actually, I cannot answer that. The most difficult is really to get your first UX role. And there are many questions about that. Like, should I be a generalist? Should I be specialized? What skills do I have? Do I need to code? So, some of the questions I get,
Yeah, for sure. I just want to remind everyone in chat real quick that if you want to donate, the link is in the description, and you get a nice little pop-up on screen here as well, and you get to add to our awesome total, which is at currently $62.06. Our goal for this live stream is $500. And all that money will go towards our GoFundMe, which I believe has around $500 already on it. So that'd be super awesome to get that GoFundMe up to $1,000 by the end of this live stream. I guess, Anna, I'm keeping it pretty chill here. We haven't prepared that much, but I do see a few more questions coming in. So I'd love for you to answer these. One coming in from the man Conifela. What do you think the best place / course / book to learn about UX design is? So what's the best thing you would recommend to learn about UX?
Wow, the best place. There's so many.
Selfish plug coming.
Yeah. It's like, what what's your favorite book? I always hate because it's like, oh, so pressure. Like there's so many good places. Actually, a good place, and that was one of the first websites I found when I started getting more into UX, and that was years ago. Is the Interaction Design Foundation. I know some people think like it's a lot of material, and it is. But I mean, there's so much you can learn there. The material is really, really good, and you have access to so many courses. So I would say, like, if you are a designer, you already know some of those foundations, and you want to actually get more into UX, the usability, the research. I would definitely check in the Interaction Design Foundation. And then there are some books as well I would recommend for beginners. Like if you want to go to my Instagram, like self-promo,
I like it.
if you want to go to my Instagram, like the link in bio, I actually have some links there for some books. So if you want to check it out as well.
That's awesome. That's so good. If you guys have any more questions, please drop them below so Anna and I can answer them in the next 5-10 minutes that we've got here. And then, of course, make sure to share with your friends and family, your design buddies, that this live stream is actually happening. Let's get that viewer count up. It's already at 37, which is awesome. I reckon we can get it to 50, guys. So make sure to share with a friend. And as well, make sure you donate. That's what's important today, that you guys donate. And also change your background color to purple. I think, Anna, you've already done this. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, awesome. As well as myself. So it's awesome to see everybody just kind of connect together to build awareness for an amazing cause. I guess just on that, talking about the cause that we're doing, Anna, I guess, what were your thoughts on like when this idea was proposed? Because it was kind of just like out of the blue. Like I woke up in the morning, and because I normally have like my internet off overnight, so I get 0 notifications, so nothing can buzz, nothing can distract me. And then I wake up, I turn my internet on, and my phone basically just vibrates. And when I woke up on I think it was like Sunday morning or something like that, I just had like, my phone just like kept buzzing for like 10 minutes straight or something ridiculous because there's all these messages coming through. So I guess like, come back to the original question that I asked. What was your initial reaction when this idea was pitched to the group?
I was like, wow, how so much happened. And I didn't actually, it's funny because I just have written a post about being productive and kind of turning off all my notifications. So then I got into Instagram and like, so many notifications. Okay, well, let's check it out. What's happening here? And then I saw that group. I was just added there. And then I saw, wow, I mean, I don't know. I think I was like 10 minutes trying to catch up with everything that you guys are already talking about. And I'm, wow, that's kind of amazing. No, I thought it's really great because it started like a bit of a joke, right? Like the colors and, the profile pictures. And it then started to, be like turn into something meanful.
Yeah.
So that's really amazing. I'm really
That's
happy
awesome,
to
yeah. Yeah, no, the big thing I remember is just waking up and reading the comments of Michael Jander just talking smack on the group chat. That was a bit of a classic one. But yeah, no, it is super cool to see how all this has come together in such a short amount of time. And the fact that we can come together from all corners of the globe to produce something like this is it's just crazy to think about because this wouldn't happen 20 years ago. So it's just crazy. Like, for example, today I'm just looking on our Instagram at the moment. We've had over 100 people mention us in their stories showing their support for this. So that's super cool. It doesn't matter where you are in the world or what time it is, or it doesn't matter if you can't make the live stream because it's too early or something like that. Just the fact that we can all connect together just for a weekend is really empowering. So thank you for being involved as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. A couple more questions coming in and then we'll start to wrap this up. How long did it take you to consider yourself good at what you do?
Oh, wow. That's a really deep question.
Yeah, no, these guys are going good tonight.
Absolutely. That's a great question. I think you never quite feel, good or good enough. That's the issue.
There's always room for improvement. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Like you always feel like, you need to know more. Or sometimes you get into a new situation, like, you get into a new project and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Like everything is like, I don't know anything again. So I think you always have that sense that you're not good enough. However, I mean, what makes me feel like I'm good at what I do is actually understanding that I'm actually bringing results, like results to my clients, results to like the projects. So that's about how you can gain confidence,
Yeah.
because other people are valuing your work. I think that's so important. So it's not just oh, I'm good, I know I'm good. That doesn't come natural. It's just the work you do.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that
And I
kind of didn't
think
answer the question, sorry.
that was perfect. Yeah, just I think on that, yes, it comes down to obviously looking at the results of the project. I think that's super important. But I think everybody thinks, oh, I'm not good enough because they're comparing themselves to other designers or just people who are doing similar things to them, and they go, oh, they're 10 times better than me. When am I going to be that good? And then you kind of just get into this rut. And I think for designers, it's super important just to keep, your head straight and stick in your own lane. So yeah, I think we might just start to wrap it up here. Run us through real quick, Anna, where we can find you online.
Sure. So you can find me at ux.by.anna in Instagram. You can also find me on LinkedIn, Anna Santush. I know it's difficult to pronounce it, but yeah, and you can find me on my website as well, like anna-santus.com.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Anna, for joining us today. It's been an absolute blast. I know it's short, only having 25 minutes, but for what we've had, you've provided a ton of value to our community. So that's awesome to see. So yeah, thanks again, and I'm sure we'll catch up very, very soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Awesome. See you later. All right, guys, we're going to jump to another quick break. Up next, we have a very special couple of people. We have Regan, aka Frank from G'day Frank, and Miriam Isaac. We are going to be doing something very, very interesting with Oreos. We'll get into the story very, very, very soon. Quick reminder, guys, make sure to donate. Tell a friend, get people onto this. This is an awesome initiative, and we just want to promote the hell out of it and try to raise as much money as possible. So yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, probably about 5 minutes break, and then we're going to jump back on with Frank and Miriam. God, my voice is going tonight. So yeah, we'll be back very, very soon.
No matter what people want you to believe, don't ever turn back on your dreams. It's all in your hands,
See if you can do it.
change is near. Close your eyes, listen.
Go.
Hey guys, welcome back to the live stream. Quickly before we get back into it, if you guys want to head to the links in the description, you can donate for this awesome cause. I could just see Miriam on the other screen here showing something very exciting, but what she doesn't know is she isn't live just yet. So it's kind of funny. Just a couple other things to keep in mind. Yes, make sure to donate. Check out the organization that we're donating to. As you can see from our total up top, we're trying to raise $500 today, going towards our GoFundMe. So yeah, I think without further ado, let's welcome into the stream Frank from G'day Frank and Miriam Isaac. Hey guys, how are we all going?
G'day, 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 g'day! How are we doing?
Hopefully I can, there we go. Hey, how are we going? Awesome. All right,
guys.
I'm doing well, doing well. As you can see, here's a little hint on what we're going to be getting up to today. That's our product placement. Fantastic. All right, I'm just going to go around one at a time.
You should be sponsoring us, Ryan.
Let's start with Frank real quick. Frank, can you just give us a 2-minute introduction about yourself and a little... Oh, here we go. Hold on. We've got to wait for the introduction. Here we go. He's going to give us an introduction about himself and just kind of his design career in a nutshell.
So,
alrighty.
I'll do it audibly. So I run a business called G'day Frank. It's a branding identity design business. It's been going for 18 months now. Yeah. And you might have seen me on Instagram. That's right. We're doing a big reveal. All right. Good.
He's got a plan.
And so, yeah, I've recently started a thing called G'day Design Life as well, which is to give back to the design community, to give a resource that I couldn't find as an Aussie designer to start an Aussie design business. So without further ado, what's going on, guys? Now,
Why, God? Why?
I was not expecting that.
No, I prepped this yesterday with my post. I prepped this yesterday with my post of Lindsay Lohan. I don't understand why you didn't see this coming.
I did not expect that at all.
All right, what's going on?
All right, Miriam, you've got to follow that now. I don't know how you're going to follow it, but good luck.
Yeah, take your wig off, Miriam.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that, Frank. Take your wig off. Oh my God, that's the new hashtag.
Take your wig off. Get your Oreos out.
Hi,
take your wig off.
everyone. It's so good to see everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this really special cause. I really hope you're donating whatever you can And I just want to say that it's been amazing, the support on Instagram. And also thank you to everyone who's been following me on my journey. You've all been absolutely fantastic. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Fantastic. I just guess for anyone watching. So Miriam and I, we met a little while on Instagram ago, but the big thing where we connected was our digital conference called Front Row 2019, and there was a little bit of a story behind that, but about the Oreos. So maybe Miriam, you could explain that a little bit further and what has followed from that, because I have heard a few stories.
All I said was that I ate Oreos for breakfast and I don't know what's happened.
I think did it become a little bit of a hashtag or something? There was a few things going on. I often like you to get messages about that.
I'm not quite sure what happened, but there was a lot of hashtagging afterwards, and I think the main question was, what did Miriam have for breakfast? So I was just very honest, and I was like, I had Oreos. And then from there, it just blew up, and everyone was hashtagging Oreos and pictures themselves eating Oreos. And then whatever podcast I was on, people were like, did Oreos feature?
That's awesome.
It was just a bit funny, yeah.
That was really awesome. All right, so I guess we're keeping this stream fairly relaxed, as you know. We've got these Oreos here, so I guess if someone wants to propose a challenge, I know Frank, you mentioned something that we might be able to do.
Let's go for this.
All right,
so the idea, if anyone's playing at home as well, grab your Oreos now in hand.
Oreo at home, make sure you record this and tag us at Use Pitchproof.
Oh yeah. We'll just wait for Miriam here.
What we doing?
All right. So the idea is to take your Oreo and put it on your eye and then wiggle it down until you can get it in your mouth.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, got ya.
I didn't do it. I'll do it again.
Do it, Instagram. That's how you do it, Instagram.
There you go.
I'm currently live on the Pitchproof live stream for this Alzheimer's awareness weekend.
Oh my God, it's an eye. I have cookie in my eye.
Absolutely failing at it. Miriam's got it in the eye. I've got a fancy ass wig on, and we're having some fun here. So join us on the live stream. It's in my bio.
You clearly know this one isn't scripted, guys.
See, I got it first go.
Ryan? Do you have any questions?
Quick, cut away.
Someone just wrote, "Where is the not sponsored line?" Yes, this definitely isn't sponsored. Let's just say that real quick.
What I'm getting on my Instagram
but, Oreo,
feed is
if you
Oreo
do want to
ads.
sponsor, I know that Miriam would be open for opportunities.
So how many people put Oreos on my account? They owe me.
All right, guys, so if you guys want to
royalty.
ask some questions, please do so. This is going to be a super fun chat. But I guess while we sit here, we might as well just eat some Oreos.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
How's yours?
That could
Not
literally
bad for
just be
11
what we
o'clock
do
at
for the
night.
next half an hour. Just sit still.
Yep.
Is
I
it
want some Oreos.
It's 11 o'clock at
Oreos.
night over there.
Our head of
Just a bit of
broadcasting wants some
ASMR.
Oreos. There we go.
Anyone got any UX questions?
Anything at all. What else we got? There's a little bit of a delay, so we have to wait like 30 seconds or so for some questions to actually start flooding in. But I guess I just want to ask you guys the same question as I did Anna. What were your thoughts, as Miriam tries the challenge again, what were your thoughts on when this initial idea was proposed to the group chat?
Do you want to answer, Frank, or me?
Hey, he asked you.
Me?
Yeah,
Miriam.
Miriam.
You're busy taking selfies. Okay, I have to say, I actually was not clued in with the whole colour war. I didn't know what was going on. It was great to wake up to those amazing messages on Instagram and everyone coming together and agreeing to... Frank is just talking to himself and just agreeing to come together for this amazing cause and to unite in colours. I mean, if you go on Instagram today, the aesthetic is amazing.
It is.
It's all purple. Everything's purple, and I think that is it's amazing to see what this initiative can do, and also I'm excited to see what we can do in the future with this.
That's right.
Once it was just within the week, and I think the potential here is amazing.
That's it. Could be start of something great. We don't know, but who knows? Who really knows? Frank, what was your thoughts on when this idea was initially proposed?
Look, in all seriousness, this is, I think, is a fantastic initiative, I think, by the whole design community. To have it with just a small group is fantastic. To have it as a bigger group is, just tremendously amazing to see it all come together, within a week. Like it was this time last weekend where Stephen from UX Stephen just proposed this idea or started this war with, I think it was Jander about colours or something like that. And then we've,
Bloody Mike trying to start a buddy boxing match or something.
That's it. And now I'm here sitting in a wig and thinking, this has got to be something good. And it is good because, at the end of the day, I think I saw a stat or something that 1 in 5 people die from Alzheimer's. And it's like, what? That is a crazy, crazy stat to realize. And my family has experienced it from my grandparents' side. So my grandmother's brother, long story long, he ended up falling to Alzheimer's disease. And, it's a sad thing to watch someone that you closely love and, hold dear to you just totally not understand who you are, where they are, anything about their life or remember anything about their life is a sad way to go. And just, to have it be a disease that doesn't have a cure is a very sad reality, but very humbling in the same respect that we're here today to try and see, how best we can raise some awareness, if any. And, as designers, we're all, we can all do something through color, which is, our little superpower. But if we can add and give back and all those kinds of things in something that's just as simple as this, then,
That's right.
Why not?
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. And that's why you guys should donate via the links below. All right, I've got a few questions coming in, so let's jump into these. Question number 1 is, what's the biggest lesson you've learned throughout 2019? Who wants to start?
Biggest lesson is create content, but enjoy doing it. Don't do it because everyone else is doing it.
Yep.
That's it. That's my biggest lesson learned.
I think for me, my biggest takeaway this year I actually found you guys and I found Instagram.
Yeah.
I was really posting to Instagram and it's been amazing in terms of that community and outreach and togetherness. And what I've learned is that if you do share content and you do have the right mindset and you are there to connect and you start with heart, as we've spoken before, Ryan. Amazing things will happen. I've had the most amazing, 2019 been amazing for me. I know for some world leaders it has not, but I don't know about you, but in Israel we're going to our third elections, and in America, who knows what's going to go on over there. But Australia seems to be okay.
Yeah.
Down under. So we'll just go down under. Anyway, for me, I've been on so many podcasts. I've been on so many live stream conferences. Soon I'm actually going to be kicking off a professional network here locally in Beit Shemesh. And I'll be giving an opening talk on personal branding online. And for me, I'm a UX designer, and that for me is like, wow, amazing, completely new initiative of mine. And people are like, we should give workshops to big companies for £1,000 a day. And also recently, I was just approached by a conference brand here to come and help them do social media when they do their conferences. And these opportunities are amazing. And you know what, guys? I would just say, put yourself out there. You never know. What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
You won't, get 1 like, but you could get 1,000 likes. And you could get these amazing messages and connect with people all over the world.
Sure. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
On point.
That's it.
Yep.
All right, a few more questions coming in. This one's directed at Miriam. Is there a steady flow of happy gas at your place? That's some shade who we had on earlier.
We have a steady flow of, look how many Oreos I got today. I wasn't sure what this challenge was. So look at this. 1.
Holy.
Wait, how many is there?
Yeah. Miriam really went out and bought them. She just went and got them from the cupboard.
You know, Frank, here in Australia, how it's
Were
like,
we going to
have a
throw
Rubik's
them?
Cube,
Were we
eh?
going to like make art out of them? I didn't know what we were doing. I was like,
Our
maybe we're going to
Wheatbix
do a
bits per day is
pair.
a packet of Oreos per day.
Yeah.
That's
It's the Israeli standard.
Yeah.
Oreos for breakfast.
Like, I didn't know what the challenge was. I've been prepared for the worst.
What? How many you can buy in one sitting? Yeah.
There was a sale,
Oh,
okay? There
God.
was a sale.
Black Friday sales. Oreos. 50%
Buy them
off.
for the weekend.
That's awesome. All right, next question. Frank, this one's targeted at you. Trupty says, I love your content and your content strategy. How do you come up with so many crazy video ideas? Like, do you have like a spreadsheet of something of ideas, or you just kind of like...
No, I got nothing. It's all up in here.
I said to Frank the other day, I said to him, I don't want to know what goes on in your head.
What goes on my head or in my head?
When he posted that Mean Girls post, I was like, Frank, what goes on in your head?
This is the thing,
I mean,
you've got
it's
to...
clever.
Yeah, you've got to stand out in some way, shape, or form, and it can't all be serious in terms of all these carousel posts about you know, thinking like you know everything and you know, trying to be the thought leader in the room. It's got to be a bit of entertainment at the same respect, and I think Miriam loves it.
Did you see this? Did you ever see this comment? I'm sorry. I'm interrupting for an important announcement. Frank, Jesus. Okay, Frank, you have a new nickname. from
What did it say?
Frank, you're Frank Jesus now.
Jesus.
All hail to Frank
All hail Jesus.
What's the good word?
Oh, Frank Jesus for Prime Minister.
Lead the way, Frank Jesus.
Well, Australia has that many prime ministers turning over. We've had about 8
never know, you might be
5
next,
years or
Frank.
something like that.
No,
Might be.
really?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
like
really.
Israel.
Change it up a bit.
Just reading a few more comments here. We've got 3 more hashtags now. Hashtag laugh like Miriam. Hashtag Miriam loves Oreos. And hashtag fabulous Frank.
Right.
No, hashtag Jesus Frank, okay?
Walking out of the BG set right here.
We're going to have fun with that one.
Alright, there we go. Tom, real quick, do we have those Oreos on hand real quick? How many are left?
They're on the floor.
Oh, they are on the floor. I'm just reading a comment from Scott here that says, Ryan, for every Oreo you can fit in your mouth, I will donate $2.
$2?
Can I be-
Oh, you can do better than that.
$2.
Come on.
Come
What's
on.
it mean?
Alright,
What's it
what
mean?
if-
Come on.
Alright, I'll start and then hopefully you guys can try to... Alright, we'll all do it at the same
How many?
time. See how many we can get in our
many?
mouths and hopefully someone will donate
Gee.
to the amount.
Wait, I got to
Jesus.
open more packets. Let me open all the packets.
Yeah, if you can fit the whole box in your mouth.
Oh, we got a first step. Hold on.
Are we
Are we
going?
going? When are we going? 1,
Yep. 2.
2,
Three.
3, go.
Oh. Okay. Oh.
What's it?
Oh.
I got 3 of them.
Oh,
That's $6.
that's some ASMR action right there. Oh dear.
Oh,
Yeah, I got
chocolate
nothing.
water.
I got 5, I think.
I think Ryan's still going.
Miriam got the whole box.
No, it's really.
Ryan can't hear us at all. Well, we can't hear Ryan. We can hear us as we can't hear Ryan.
Ryan, you muted. Frank Jesus.
Frank Jesus.
Make a miracle.
I should be in Israel right now.
Wait, Ryan's team, come on.
Come on, head of broadcasting, you can do it.
What's his name? Head of broadcasting.
Mr. Head of Broadcasting. Jonathan from Queer Eye.
He's
Yes, Jonathan from Queer Eye. Yes,
I love
Queen.
him. Say that again. Say that again. We need to. We'll record this.
Yeah, hold on.
Ryan, you okay?
It's his mic. Just hardwire in, buddy. All right, hold on. Do I do a story for this?
Any more questions?
Yeah, should we ask our own questions, Miriam?
wanna-
What is UX design?
All right, am I back?
You are back. Thank
Fantastic.
God.
My
Thank
lav
God,
mic
because we
went
were about
flat,
to have
so
to answer what is
that was
UX
that.
design, so that one.
Scott writes, I may, of course, try to joke. Yes, very close to it. All right, awesome. Yeah, if you guys want to shoot through some more questions, if there's an Oreo challenge, there is a
many, Ryan? How
few
many?
donations that we need to catch up on. So we'll run through those.
Oh
real
yeah,
quick.
how do you donate in the chat, or do you have to go to the GoFundMe page?
So there's a link in the description which is connected to the live stream. So when you donate to that link in the live stream, it shows a little preview on our screen and
Gotcha.
obviously adds to our tally. So
I'll be doing that after this.
So I'm just
You
going to
know
be
what,
looking at a
Deepan?
few donations here. So in the last 9 minutes, we've had about 5 donations. One of them was from Design Bites, who donated
nice.
$33.94. Obviously, those
Good on you,
conversion
Helen.
rates are coming
It's the
in.
wig, Frank. It's the wig.
It's the wig. This is what I was going to say at the start of it. For the amount of time that I keep this on, everyone needs to donate $1. And we're
That's
currently
right.
at like 20 minutes here, so we need $20. Quick, let's go.
We've also got Anna who donated $10. Conforti
Good on you, Anna.
_ Mirko donated $15. Thank you so much. We also had Victoria Ann who donated $25 and said great initiative. And I'm also so proud to be a part of this design community. We are proud of you, Victoria, for being a part of it. Devad Sanders wrote such an awesome community and a great cause. Bleed Purple, he donated $5. And then we've also got Jared who just donated $33.94 with the hashtag Uniting
Jeez, that's pretty
Through Colour.
specific.
I think it's the conversion rates.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
He's like, that's what I have at the end of the week.
This is how much money I've got in my bank account.
And just a
yours.
reminder, guys, if you are watching, make sure to share a screenshot or a photo, something like that. Tag us at
Really?
UsePitchproof and use the hashtag, as Jared knows, hashtag Uniting Through Colour. As you can see, Frank is very much up with the photos. All right,
I
awesome.
saw a good question. Wait, I saw a good question by Divian Saunders. A good friend. We love him. Yeah.
All right, so we've got about
he's-
5 minutes, guys, before we wrap this up. I'm happy to take this anyway, but I do have a question coming in from Connor. Serious
I
question,
like
guys,
the
real quick.
question. Okay.
Serious question coming in from Connor Fowler. He wrote, equal question, can we make the logo smaller?
Oh.
Bigger! we can make
Bigger!
it- we can always go bigger. I did like Vivian's question about the likes on Instagram. I think that's important to talk about because
Yep.
you guys in Australia don't have likes anymore. So
Correct.
how's that going? Because everyone's kind of apprehensive about that.
It's easy. It's so easy. You don't think about it. I think the only problem with it, though, is you start moving on to other vanity metrics. You start focusing on people that save your posts, people that share your posts, people that follow you, all those kinds of things. So there's still, likes isn't solving the problem by any means. And even for us as Australians, you could go to Instagram.com and see, your feed and still see the likes if you were really hell bent on it. So I don't think it's changing a hell of a lot other than the fact that you just forget about the likes and don't really sort of focus on likes because they're just a bit of a hollow metric. I don't know. But yeah, personally, I don't really mind about it. It's just like creating content. That's all I give a crap about. But I think for a lot of people, it probably is the first step to a better stage of mental health in terms of how they interact with Instagram. So it's a good initiative and a good move, especially for Instagram to do globally now.
And I think they're doing some testing as well that Facebook is going to start hiding likes too, which is also super exciting.
Oh yeah, they already have. In Australia, at least.
Not on my Facebook.
Why Australia? Why Australia?
Well, Australia were one of the first.
got
as well
mental
to,
problems.
Test Instagram.
They're
Yeah.
far away.
So far away. Just test the. We're a little small population of nothing.
That's awesome. All right, let's just catch up on some donations. Another one came in from Scott, who obviously challenged us to do all the Oreos in the mouth. He's like,
Good on you,
Ryan got
Scott.
3, so I doubled it to
Yes.
12. So thanks for the $12 donation, Scott. I guess we can start to wrap it up, guys. Let's go through one at a time, starting with you, Frank. Where can people find you online?
All right, I'll take this week off. Let's be serious. You can find me at G'dayFrank on Instagram or at G'day Design Life on Instagram. And always say hi. I'm happy to say g'day anytime. Just don't tell me to have a g'day. That's not how you say it in Australia.
How do you say it? How do you say it?
You just say have a good one. You don't say have a g'day. It's only when you greet someone you say g'day.
Because you do say have a nice day. So people say have a good day.
You do that. Yeah. It would be logical, but it's just not how it's done.
And Miriam.
Okay, we're leaving this wig on. Hashtag Jesus Frank, love it. And I want to say thanks everyone for joining us. And you can
Thank you
find
so
me
much.
on Instagram at misaac85. Don't ask, we're stuck with it, okay? And I'm also on LinkedIn and Twitter. Just search for Miriam Isaac on Google. There's another Miriam Isaac who is a singer from Ireland. That's not me.
Can you give us a quick solo?
Oh my God, I'm tone deaf. I'm not good at that.
Let's add another hashtag to that. Hashtag get Miriam.
Frank, I've had a few drinks first, you know? Like, oh.
Hey, you can join me. Hey.
All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your
Thanks,
time
Ryan.
today, and I'm sure we'll catch up very, very soon.
Thanks, guys, for the donations as well. Good on you.
Yes, absolutely fantastic. All right, see you guys later. All right. Back to me. Awesome. All right, let's just catch up on a couple more donations. One just came in then from Kia who donated $33.94. So thank you very much. And they wrote, "Great work, guys. Great to see designers sending love out to other communities." And that was kind of like the starting point and like the initial initiative for doing what we're doing here tonight. So yeah, we're going to head to another quick break. Up next, we have, I believe it is, let me check real quick, Tom Ross, the CEO of Design Cuts. I know we're always up for a good chat speaking to Tom. So we'll be back very, very soon. Stay tuned.
I wanted to stay this way forever. Gotta find a room. Come on. We're going downtown. Let's go. I've got the moves. got nowhere to be. I'm gonna find the groove unless the groove finds me. Strike a pose, give it up. Tonight I gotta move. Yeah, I'm feeling hot, ain't got nothing to prove. Feeling good, I got the moves. Gotta show you what I got. Bring your friend, but don't tell them, 'cause tonight we're getting hot. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night. Hey, I'm looking hot out there on the floor. Boy, I can't be stopped, begging me for more. Strike a pose, give it up. Tonight we're gonna move. I'm gonna have it all, ain't got nothing to prove. Feeling good, I got the moves. Gotta show you what I got. Bring your friend, but don't tell them, 'cause tonight we're getting hot. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night. Last all night. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night. Ooh, 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 that's right. Gonna make it last all night.
Go.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. Up next we have Tom Ross, the CEO of Design Cuts. I'm going to let him introduce himself to give you guys a little bit more background on him. He was also a speaker at our digital conference back in October, Front Row 2019. And I know you guys have been hanging out to see him today. So let's jump straight into it. Tom, how are you going?
Hey Ryan, yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having me on, mate.
That's awesome. I'm glad you can be here. So first off, if you could just give everyone a quick couple minute introduction about yourself and maybe a little bit of your design career so far.
Yeah, of course. So I've always been a creative, a designer, and an entrepreneur growing up. All of that's led me to build Design Cuts, which is the most high quality curated marketplace on earth for designers like you and I. And we love it. We've got this incredible community going on there. And I'm such a geek with this stuff that in my spare time, I try and mentor and help fellow creatives and designers with their marketing and learn that kind of stuff. So that's the kind of side hustle. But yeah, super passionate about both. And I'm really excited to be here. I love what the community has pulled together for this event.
Sure.
I think it's a really great cause. I'm going to be donating myself right after this live stream.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Props for bringing it all together, mate.
Yeah. And well, of course. And just on that, you said the word community, and I really like that because it's obviously something that both you and I stand for. And the whole reason all of this is possible is because we're treating social media as a community building platform rather than just a platform to get attention. And I think that's super important to realize. So yeah, just all of this has kind of come together because the design community is so strong. So I've asked every other group this. So I want to ask you too, what were your initial thoughts when this idea was pitched to the group?
Yeah, I love it. It's, as you say, it's community. And I think it's changed so much, even in like the last couple of years or the last year. For me, social media in the design space, it used to just be about like facelessly putting out your work and hoping that people like it.
Yeah.
And I think there's more conversations than ever, more collaborations, more teamwork, more community. And that can only be a good thing. And I'm really excited to see where it's heading, because the fact that a bunch of creative minds can jump on an idea like this, execute it incredibly quickly and get it out to the world and try and actually make a difference and do something fun and engaging, pull people together. That's what it's all about, right?
That's exactly it, and like you said, this has come together fairly quickly, basically within a week. So yeah, it's just super awesome to see us all work together to produce something awesome. I see a few questions starting to come in. First one is, how is Tom enjoying his new morning routine? I did see this on your Instagram the other day. A few tips. Maybe run through everyone who isn't aware what that is.
Yeah, sure. So I suck in mornings. I always have, but it's been compounded by like a few health issues over recent years. So the morning routine is going strong, guys. I haven't broken just yet. But I did it on the back of reading Atomic Habits. So if there's any creatives like me out there who struggle in the mornings, I learned it's not so much about your aspirations. It's more about your systems and processes. And I know that might sound kind of boring, but essentially what doesn't work is saying, man, I wish I was more of a morning person. That's not good enough. I had to get very, very structured with it. So it's stuff like I leave my phone out of my bedroom because otherwise I'd wake up and I'd instantly start like jumping into work and all that kind of stuff. So I'd have to like get out of bed, cross my room, cross my hallway to turn off the alarm. And by that point, there's no going back. There's no snooze mode.
Going back. Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And then the rest was like my ideal morning. I actually wrote each step down in a granular kind of way. And I do a tally next to each one. So every morning I tick it off. And so I feel terrible if I don't do it. And also it's so clear. It's like something I can work through. Yeah. Whereas if you're kind of bleary eyed, it's like, what am I doing next? It's the morning. Where am I? Whereas it's like someone gives it to me. It's like,
it's very
I'm just going to work through that.
Yeah.
It's very structured. And I need that because like I say, I suck in the morning.
That's awesome. All right, first question coming in from Connor Fowler. What are your goals for 2020 and how might you suggest other people write down or find their goals?
Yeah, I like this question. I got a couple of goals, but honestly, I'm not really a goals person.
Yeah.
I know some people are very good at this. They sit down at the end of every month or every quarter and they audit everything they're doing and they like, blueprint out the next year or whatever. I tend not to work like that. I'm much more in the moment, iterative, and I talk about this a lot in my content. Like I am perpetually trying to get better. So it's like, yeah, we can have a bit of a roadmap and we do inside my company, but it's more about like, how do we continually try and like move the needle and improve? And I look at how much has happened in the last year, right? Not just with my company, but with my personal brand. A year ago, I didn't have a podcast, a video show, all these great friends and connections, hadn't done speaking. All of this stuff had to happen. And that's a result of me just jumping in and like being open to stuff. That's not a result of me sitting down 12 months ago and going, by this point, I want 6 speaking gigs and that kind of thing.
exactly the same with me about 6 months ago. Like, you think about like our kind of growth on Instagram started around April, and like before that, like no one knew really who I was in the design community. You know, the name Brian Hayward didn't really stand out, but now it's starting to, you know, sound like something familiar.
Now you're a big cheese.
Yeah, mate, that's it. Just off the shoulders. But you know what I mean? It's kind of like you don't plan for that, but it just kind of happens because you're willing to jump in and try new things.
Absolutely. By the way, I have to say, I was hoping it was going to be live by now, but my video guy's putting the final touches. I've done a truly ridiculous video around this entire movement that we're trying to do right now. So I know people have done a few posts.
Not
like
ridiculous,
Frank.
Like Frank and his hair.
Frank with the Mean Girls was amazing. So I hope you enjoy the little clip that I've lined up for later.
That's awesome. I'm going to be very excited to see that one.
It's so dumb. Oh man, he just slacked it to me. So close. I just got the final video.
Is there any sneak peeks you can give us? Any little hints?
It takes the piss out of Mike Jander quite a bit. So I think that's something we can all get behind.
That. Yeah, I think everybody's going to get on board of that. You might get some hate from hashtag Team Yellow, but...
Team Yellow, yeah. No, it makes fun of Team Yellow.
That's great. Yeah, it's awesome. I guess just a couple of questions I've got for you. And I know this came up before in chat, and I wanted to ask you on your take about it. I think we've talked about this a little bit before. Could have been during the Design Cuts birthday celebration where you and I got to chat live as well. What are your thoughts on Instagram hiding likes globally?
I like it.
Yep.
I really do. I think we're both in a similar mindset with this. So I think it can be damaging where people tie their egos so much to likes. That becomes the main metric they chase. And it is literally a vanity metric. And so coming from a background where historically I chased followers and traffic and that kind of thing, I've seen how damaging that can be to your business, but also to your mindset and your mental health and so on. So I think it's a healthy thing. I think it's going to make people think more about the creative and the quality of what they're putting out. And if you're going to chase a metric, like I have my own metrics, but really the metric I pay attention to is like heartfelt comments, right? Like the more people who are like really connecting and telling me super in-depth stuff, that's what drives me and makes me happy. Or the number of DMs I'm getting in that way, that makes me happy. I never look at my likes. I really don't. I don't care about the likes. I'm terrible. In fact, I'm not a data guy. I barely look at stats. Like I'm sure I should constantly be auditing what's working and what isn't, but I don't. I just try and put out good stuff and connect with the people that connect with it, and that's it.
I think that's important to remember too, because I think not looking at your statistics really allows you as a creator to fundamentally focus on what's important, which is building a community and just providing value. So yeah, I think I wouldn't look at that as a negative. I'd look at it as a positive.
Yeah, I think it constrains your creativity.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if my content only mapped to what got the most engagement and never anything else, then it would be very, very stale very quickly.
That's right. And that's why I'm a little bit concerned as well about the amount of design carousel posts and the educational posts going out, because people are just posting that because they know they perform well, when in reality, I think at the moment it's just starting to overflow the platform a little bit for the design community. And I think we need to focus on trying to find something new.
Yeah, I agree. And when I started doing them months ago, I did it because I felt constrained at not being able to get enough information into a single image. That was my motivation. It wasn't engagement or anything. It's just I wanted to teach more, and the format kind of suited my style of teaching because I'm not very concise. But yeah, people are doing it for the wrong reasons in many cases.
100%. All right, a few questions coming in. Let's get into it. Jared asks, you interact a lot with your audience. Do you allocate a certain amount of time per day to do this? And if so, how long?
No, I should. I need to. I'll be honest, I'm struggling this week. I do what I can. I get back to every DM. I try and get back to every comment. This week is a week of like anxiety around this stuff. I've been super behind. I had to work for the whole evening yesterday up until bed, which I try and avoid normally, just to try and get back to people, because it's a lot. Like there's about 100 DMs a day. There's like 100 comments a day as well normally, and multiple platforms to pay attention to. And I think that is the reality. Like I'm at a small, humble scale still. If this blows up and becomes something, it's like a full-time job for 10 people. And so when everyone's aspiring to try and be an influencer or whatever you want to call it, the reality is actually hours and hours and hours of getting back to hundreds of people until your eyes feel like they're bleeding. And so, yeah, I don't have a solution. I probably need to time block and make sure I've got a slot, but I'm doing it in the elevator up from the gym to get back to 8 people rapidly, because I'm trying to just squeeze it in when I can and do the best job I can. Yeah,
I'm basically the same. I don't have any scheduled time or anything like that. I just do it when I can. And when I've got those, small 5-10 minute breaks, I just jump on, reply to a few DMs. And I think a super valuable tip for anyone listening, and it works for 2 reasons. 1, it saves you time. And 2, it's just a different way to connect, is actually to send people voice memos within the Instagram DMs, because obviously 1, it's quicker than typing, and 2, it just creates a better connection, I feel, between you and your audience member.
I do it all the time. My fiance is sick of it. I'm sat on the sofa being like, hey, you're the best. Da-da-da. Like,
yeah. Awesome. What's the next mountain you want to conquer as a designer? Being a founder, how do you personally grow as a designer?
So I'll be straight up with you guys. I wish I got to do more design work. When you're running a business, that kind of falls by the wayside as your team takes some of that on. But as a creative entrepreneur, like, I want to keep pushing the boundaries with my content. I want to be like getting experimental and having fun with it and never becoming stale. With the business, we've got huge aspirations. I know we're going to be doing a lot more live stuff like this, and
awesome.
We're actually looking at more in-person stuff, because I love that. Like Connor, who's in the chat, like, I was at an event with him, had a great time there. We all went down the pub afterwards, and I got back at like 4 a.m, wasted. But I was around my favorite people, having like a great night with them. And to be able to integrate that into what you're doing as a project or a brand or a company is the most fun in the world. So I know I have some of the best time at conferences. We want to be like hosting some of those parties.
Yeah. Do you feel you're more of a designer or an entrepreneur?
Entrepreneur. And I realize that might not be the right audience to say this. Like, I am definitely a designer. Like, I love design. I geek out as much as the rest of us. I love making things look pretty and functional and all that stuff. I will default. I'm the guy in my group. If we go on a group holiday, I'm like photoshopping the group pictures to make them look better.
Exactly
for
the same.
fun. I'm that much of a loser.
Making all the videos.
So I'm definitely both, but my career has obviously mapped to the entrepreneurial side more. Like, I'm more of a CEO than I am a designer doing work for clients.
Yeah. And I think we share a very similar mindset in the set that, our core is being a designer, but the way we think a design maps to running a business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. More questions coming in, Devad. And so asking some more questions for Tom. When working with international clients or those of a different culture slash background, does your strategy change at all?
I think the fundamental pillars are pretty ubiquitous. So treating people with respect, having proper processes and documentation, and selling yourself in the right way, that's all pretty transferable. But the truth is, I will adjust myself for everyone. And I think this is just social skills, right? And so I'm sure culture plays a part in that with who I'm dealing with, but I do it on a person by person basis. Like, a huge chunk of my week is jumping on calls, whether it's a live stream like this or a one-on-one call or business development or whatever. And I adjust. So if I'm there with someone who's super extroverted and is like cursing a lot, then I naturally kind of mirror that. It's not a motive of mine, but I just naturally find I end up doing it. If someone's a bit more reserved, I'll kind of match their energy. And it's the same approach with clients. And I think it's called calibration. More people need to work on calibrating themselves, because if it's like one size fits all and they're being super in someone's face, but the client's a bit more extroverted, it's going to clash. So you need to kind of get a read on the person you're dealing with and adjust to that.
That's awesome. Scott says,
I mean, case in point, right? I'm wearing a t-shirt with a shirt over just because Ryan is. Got to make the guy feel at home.
Well, just on that, Scott just wrote, for anyone who didn't notice, you both kind of look like brothers, so.
Oh, there you go, from another mother.
All right, a few more questions coming in. Trupty says, that is so true. Tom was the first person who taught me to send a voice text message. to send messages quicker. So there you go.
Sweet.
Other people coming
Property's
in.
awesome.
Guys, how do you donate with this Streamlabs link? So I believe if you head to the link in the description, I think it's just like a simple form, just like a simple PayPal form. You should be able to donate with PayPal. It should be fairly straightforward. If there is any issues, just let me know in chat and I'll get my head of broadcasting to help you out there. But we've also got a GoFundMe page, which I know people have been donating to over this week and during the live stream as well. We currently have $558 donated to that one. People like Conafella and Trupty has also donated to that, which is absolutely fantastic.
Sweet. And I'm jumping on straight after this. And is the goal 5,000 today?
I think the goal is 5,000
over the weekend.
Yeah, for this stream,
incredible.
we're trying to reach that 500.
Oh, nice. Okay, sweet.
That's awesome. Another question coming in. Your secret for success? It's a tough one.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Work. Mapping your work around what you're naturally talented at and being patient. So like anything, they say practice makes perfect. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old consistently. And I'm about to turn 32 next year. So it's like 20 years of working on my craft, and I feel like I'm only just getting started. And guess what? Most of that has come in the last 5-6 years, and that's because I worked harder in those years than the other years. So there's no like accident or randomness about it. It's like I put in the work, I worked really freaking hard, and I did that around what I'm good at. That's
it. And I think on social media, to give you my secret for success on social media, it's giving away all your secrets. Everything that I learn, I just try to give back to you guys for free. That's why we did Front Row. That's why I'm putting out all this educational content, because I just want to give back everything that I've learnt. And I think that's just a winning strategy. I don't know.
Yeah, people get funny about it. They hold back. But the more you put it all out there, the better.
Awesome. Conafella says, see you later. I got to go, but thanks for the great stream. Thanks for joining us, Connor. I really appreciate it.
Connor's the best.
Very much so. How can one grow as a graphic designer if one doesn't have much ideas coming in? I believe that is. So I guess how do you
find inspiration?
Yeah, how do you get out of that creative block? Let's go with that.
Cool. Yeah, there's a ton of ways. I mean, I think it's a bit cliche, but getting away from the screen often helps. But I think that there's two things I want to touch on. One of them is make sure you're doing the kind of work that actually lights you up. Because I'll be honest, when I'm trying to force myself to do a piece of work or a niche or whatever that isn't my natural inclination, that's when I struggle. But talk to me about creative entrepreneurship and marketing. I could talk in your face for the next 30 hours without having a break, Ryan. Pours out of me. I never run out of inspiration or ideas. So you want to make sure that you're actually focused in the right kind of area. And then a side note to that is I actually quite enjoy stealing from other industries or spaces. And I'm not talking bad stealing, but places that are not really that related to what you're doing. So some of my marketing stuff are still from blockbuster Hollywood movies, right?
Yeah.
They're not about to be I'm deploying it in a different way. And designers do this too, right? And so do chefs. If chefs are looking for inspiration, they will travel the world and they taste all different kinds of food. If you're a designer, go to I don't know, a freaking fabric convention and look at some ornamental rugs or something like that.
Yeah.
You can get inspiration from different places. I think where it gets suffocated is when you operate in the silo and the echo chamber of the design community. So you're just seeing the same kind of work from the same people and you're worried about copying them and you're worried about being original. Just get out of that whole space and go look elsewhere.
That's it. Let's see what other questions are coming in. If you guys do have any more questions, we've got a couple minutes left with Tom, so you might as well just ask them quick. The donate button is not clickable. Just quickly to answer Frank's questions, and if anyone else is wondering why the donation button isn't working, just make sure everything is filled out on the site. So I think just looking at the site right now, so with your username, you have to have no spaces, and also you have to have an amount in there. Try adding a donation message too. And then at the bottom, the button should then be highlighted to click, and then that will take you through to PayPal. So yeah, link is in the bio.
Sweet.
We're almost about halfway to our goal, which is fantastic. But yeah, I
Yeah.
guess, Tom, is there any more, I guess, value you want to drop to this awesome community before we head off? Is there anything on your mind that you just want to like rant about for a couple of minutes?
Yeah, I think doing the unscalable.
Ooh, I like that.
I love this. There's so many people out there, right? And they are chasing the vanity metrics and the likes and all that kind of stuff. Whatever you're doing in your business, realize you've got to start small and view that as your litmus test. Whether you're selling something or you're trying to build an audience, if you can't get one person to deeply care, you're not going to get 100,000 to. If you can't get one customer, you're not going to get 1,000. So start super small. And this is how like some of the biggest startups in the world began at Y Combinator and so on. They would literally go and try and find 10 customers, because you learn pretty quickly if people want what you're selling or not. And if you can get 10 customers, you can get 100, then 1,000 and so on. So please start super small, and just use that as your practice. Stop trying to shout out to the masses and just hope to get a response. Go more direct to people, have one-on-one conversations, build relationships. And pretty quickly you're going to see if people want what it is you're selling, or if people pay attention to what it is you're putting out. And if they're not, you need to try and figure out why that is and adjust and learn and so on.
Awesome. All right, last question before we wrap it up. Brian and Tom both started really young. How do you have clients tell you you guys are too young, and how do you deal with like getting bigger clients being, starting at a young age?
I think it's a real concern, to be honest. If I'm being like, when I started, I was a bit more faceless. So I think a lot of people didn't know my age. That's kind of one way to circumvent it. I was doing communication by email. I had a website. It didn't really show my face. I just had a portfolio and so on. So that is one thing, but it's real. My best friend works in the finance industry. He looks about as young as you do, Ryan. And, he's walking in trying to help people manage millions and millions of their personal wealth. And so that is a real sticking point for some. So I think try and let your talent speak for itself. And the world is starting to change, right? 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds have never been more empowered. And people start to realize that all of the, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, go for it.
All of the historic bullshit around this matters less, because people actually care about the results. So if you've got a client that has some weird hang-ups or ageism, maybe they're not the client for you, but there's plenty of clients out there that actually respect high quality work and real results for their business. And if you can demonstrate that's what you are providing, that should be enough for them.
Yeah, awesome. I just saw that G'day Frank donated $67.88. It turns out it was the apostrophe in G'day that was stuffing him up there. So at least we got a solution for that. All right, Tom, real quick. Tell
very
everyone
specific
at
amount.
Tell everyone at home where they can find you online.
Sure. Yeah. So designcuts.com. Amazing online marketplace. Check it out. There's tons of cool stuff happening there. And just Tom Ross Media on all social media handles as well. And as I say, if you're watching this live, go and donate right now, because I'm about to jump off and donate myself. It's a really worthwhile cause, and I appreciate everyone getting involved in it.
That's awesome. Thanks for being involved. And I look forward to seeing that video. When's it going live?
I'm going to review it now, so if there's no revisions, pretty imminently.
Cool. We might have to watch it live on stream. So there we go.
Yeah,
all right, awesome.
Man.
Thanks, Tom. You have an awesome rest of your day.
Take care,
see
buddy.
You, man. Catch up soon.
Bye.
All right, guys. Let's just go through a couple of those donations. I'll try to get it up on my screen. There we go. Fantastic. So we had 32 minutes ago, Kia donated $50, said, "Great work, guys. Great to see designers sending love out to the other communities." Well, I want to pronounce this right. Her Aldo donated $1, says, for the good cause. And then obviously we had Frank from G'day Frank with the hashtag Team Purple donating $67.88. That's the conversion rates for you right there. So yeah, that's all sorted. We're going to jump to a break, and then after that, I believe we should have Jesse Showalter in the game. So we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. We'll see you very soon. Don't go anywhere, and make sure to donate. See you soon. There we go. All right, I should be back. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Welcome back to the live stream. I just got a couple of donations to run through, and then I'm going to let you guys know what we're going to be doing for the next half an hour, because we've had a little bit change of plans. Unfortunately, Jesse can't join us today, but I thought we'd open up our Zoom conference to everyone and get as many people in a Zoom call as possible, because we've got a small bundle of awesome people here. So let's just try to get everyone in the same Zoom call, I reckon. Alright, so I've just been told we've got $456 in donations, which is amazing, which means we're super duper close to our goal. So I'm just going to wait until our donation box is put up on my screen so we can see who's donated. And again, guys, thank you for joining us today. It's been absolutely amazing, and to see that we're almost at our goal. I'm still waiting for this to get put up. But I'm going to drop a link in chat in a second, so you guys can join a Zoom call with me, and we can just chill out for the next 20 minutes until our final group. So yeah, I'm going to drop that in chat right now. I'll spam it a few times. There you go. So if you guys want to join that link, I'm looking for the donation box. If you guys want to join that link, the meeting ID is there. All you need is Zoom, and then you can join, and then we'll get you in the call. So we had a donation that come in from Ace Design, who said, "Such a great work, mate. Also, this is the first ever donation in my life. Happy to help." I'm so glad that we were like one of the first to get involved.
Alright, so we have good day Frank, and we have
Awesome. All right, so I believe we've got a couple of people joining in. We'll give them a couple of minutes. Hey, how are we all going, guys? Oh, there we go. It's a bit of a backlash. If possible, if we could chuck some earphones in, that would be fantastic. As we can see, Frank's definitely changed his setup. That's all right. Fantastic. Ooh,
Fix your lighting there, Frank.
He's taking his camera with him. How are we going, Julian? What's going on?
What's up, guys?
Good to have you in. Good to have you in. And Trupti, how are we going? Do we doing all
Hi.
right?
Back.
Hey, Trupti, what's up?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Very good, very
Doing
good.
well. Here we
Nice
go.
to
We got
finally
Scotty.
talk to
Good. More
everybody.
people, the better. I like it. Like it a lot.
I love
This
it.
This is what it's about. I just got a big thumbs up from our head of broadcasting going, this is what it's about. This is about connecting as a community together.
Let's get more people in here.
That's right. I like it. And we are very close to our donation goal. We are $45 off the total, so I'm pretty confident we'll get that today.
Jesus.
Fingers crossed. I know it's ridiculous. So yeah, hopefully very, very soon. But yeah, if anyone else wants to join, there's the link in chat. Get onto it.
Very good, very good.
On delay.
A little bit of a delay, yeah.
Stopped listening on YouTube. That's why.
Yeah.
How's it going, Juju?
What's up, my dude? How are
Also,
you?
guys, anyone in this call real quick, make sure you mute the stream, watching it back so the playback doesn't happen. And if you got earphones, that would be fantastic. Scott, what's happening, my man?
Hello, everyone.
I saw your Instagram story with the Oreos taking place in the Oreo challenge. I like it a lot.
I have my Oreo here, by the way.
Good. Everyone.
Oh, I have to go get mine.
Go get it, dude. I want to try this.
Oh, wait, we're doing the Oreo challenge again.
Oh my god.
Yes, we're doing
Do you
it.
two have Oreos?
I've never done it before, and I'm
I feel like
super down to
Oreo
try.
should be sponsoring this. Or if anyone from Oreo sees this, they should donate. Let's just say that. We're doing them a big favor here with some brand exposure.
I think they can fork up the rest of the goal
Yeah.
easily.
Let's hope so.
So,
Okay, what do you do?
on the eye.
On your
And
eye?
then, on your eye, and then you wiggle it down your face into your mouth.
All right, here we go. Oh, I'm so close. Well, this is going to be fun to watch.
I tried and dropped it into my coffee, so...
There we go.
Frank's been practicing.
You just know that Frank's practiced before this.
Yeah, that's
Frank's
always
been doing this since-
beforehand.
Yeah, you've been practicing this, man.
Yeah.
While I've been off the call, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Can you do it with the wig on, Frank?
Yeah, all right. I'll get the
There we
wig.
go. Challenge accepted. Yeah. As we wait for Frank, he's coming back. All right. We'll let him check the wig on. Julian, do you want to introduce yourself to the chat real quick and tell everyone what's up and who you are? Did you hear me?
We hear you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We'll just go around one at a time real quick, asking you guys who you are and just give us a very short introduction on your design life. So Julian, do you want to start?
Sure. So my name is Julian. I'm from Montreal, Canada. I'm a brand developer, and yeah, that's me, man. And Frank did it again,
I know,
3 in
I
a
was just
row.
looking, I'm like, I
This
was
is
trying to focus
ridiculous,
on your
man.
story, and then
All right, I gotta do this. I gotta try this again, dude.
Even with the wig, Scott.
I'm giving this another go after everyone
yeah.
introduces themselves.
Trotty, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah. So I was actually an engineer turned into a designer. So I'm a full-time employee. I work with a startup, and currently we are among the top 25 startups in India, and we are scaling rapidly also. But I'm planning to move, looking for a change. But yeah, I enjoy developing products that impact people, and I really enjoy everything about it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Scott, lucky last.
I'm a graphic designer from London. I focus mainly on branding and logo design, but I'm still kind of learning. And thanks to Jacob Cass, actually, I am taking a course on the StoryBrand framework at present.
That's awesome. Absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure where Frank's gone off our screen. Do we have Helen in the video call at all? I see her name, but I can't see her face.
Helen,
Come on,
that's
Helen.
awesome.
Maybe not. That's all right. If anyone's in chat who's not on this stream call, if you want to ask us some questions, I'm pretty sure here it would be good to have like a few group discussions and just chat for the next half an hour. But I guess the first question that I've got that I want to propose to the group is your thoughts on Instagram hiding likes. Oh, John's joining the game.
Sorry, what was the question?
What are your thoughts on Instagram hiding likes?
Oh, John, what's up?
Oh, Johnny boy.
Can you hear us?
I don't know.
Hey, John, how we going?
Right.
Hey, John.
Jesus.
Hey, there we go. Awesome. All right, before we jump into that question, I'll just get John, if you want, just to give us like a 2-minute introduction on yourself. All right.
2 minutes.
Oh man, but we can make it shorter. Maybe a 30-second.
2 minutes.
In one breath.
Not that interesting for 2 minutes. My name's John. I'm a graphic designer. What's up, Jay?
There you go. That's 2 minutes.
I'm
Helen's joined now.
graphic designer on the Gold Coast. That's me.
That's awesome. Fantastic. Another Aussie.
Being so modest, John. Gee.
Yeah, ham it up, John.
My gosh.
Is someone else joining, or is that just me? Yeah, Kieran, we've got a few people jumping in now. That's awesome. I'm not actually sure how many people we can get into a Zoom call at once, but
What's
I'm sure
up,
we'll
Helen?
Find out.
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Helen.
Very good, very good.
Hey, Helen.
Hey, sorry I was late.
That's more than fine. So yeah, let's start by proposing some questions. So my question, as I said before, we'll go around one at a time. What are your thoughts, very quickly, on Instagram hiding likes? Julian, you're up first.
Yeah. I mean, for us in Canada, it's been hidden for like 6 months now, I think. So
Yeah, same here in Australia.
I'm pretty used to it. I think it's a good thing. I don't know if it's done anything like Frank said. I mean, you can still see the likes if you want. I mean, I don't know. It's a weird thing. There's other metrics that you want to kind of look at now. So like, again, what Frank said. So I don't know. It's I have mixed feelings about it. I don't think it's doing exactly what they wanted to do, but I don't know. Maybe it will down the line.
Over time, yeah. Scott?
I'm kind of 50-50 split. For those that kind of treat it as a business, post it on Instagram, it might affect them for their analytics might drop or things like that. But then it's also good for the people that kind of just chase the likes without doing any meaningful content. So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, for sure. John, you want to contribute anything to that?
Sorry, I was like trying to fix up my audio. So
That's more than fine.
what was the question? Sorry.
What are your thoughts on Instagram hiding likes?
I think it's perfect. I think it should happen everywhere.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I was kind of thinking about this the other day. I think it'd be cool to even hide the followers too. Because that would give just about every designer a chance to just be themselves for real, and design the way they want to do things, really. Forget about the follower, everything. And just give everyone a real voice in what they do. I think it'd be really special if that happened.
That's awesome. I just see Jared has joined the call as well. Jared, how are we going?
Yeah, I don't think his microphone's.
No, he's muted.
We got him. There we go. Awesome. Does anyone else want to join in there? I'll just let people jump in if they would like to add anything else to that.
God.
Do you think that if the likes, like John said, the likes and the followers would be gone, do you think that many people would still create content? Do you think most people like jump off the content creation?
That's a very good point.
Would a lot of people jump onto their own platforms?
Sorry?
Do you mean if they remove the followers or the likes?
Both.
Let's say both. In the case, let's say both.
Yeah.
I'd stay.
Is that a question to someone? Or?
To anybody wants to answer it. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Oh, okay.
You've got to look at the number of what Instagram attracts at the moment. There's over 1 million users. Like, there's still a numerical figure that we can put to that. So I still think if Instagram hides likes and followers and everything, Instagram's still going to be used heavily, just simply because the attention's already there on that platform.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that when I was using Instagram before, just for my personal account, I was very depressed. I used to just see people doing at their best, but I wasn't contributing anything. I was just silent. But right now, it's very inspiring for me to just get onto the platform, because I feel the content is very inspiring for me. I learn each day and I consume so much of content I wouldn't have otherwise. And in 6 months, I can feel I have grown very rapidly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You sure have. Silence.
Ryan's having technical difficulties.
Come on, head of broadcasting.
Great Bible life. That's what I want to see next week.
Nice wig.
That would be hilarious.
Thanks, man. Gotta change it up.
I'm actually surprised it's not purple.
Yeah.
Oh,
awesome. I'm going to put back in
purple light on
the live stream to
That's
join
awesome.
if you want.
Purple light. There we go.
Yes.
Love it.
Jesus.
You got the whole like Helen look going on with
Can
the
people hear me?
purple.
Am I actually working here?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
guys, back to me
Okay,
real
cool.
quick. Just a reminder to everyone in chat and everyone in the call, if you want to donate, link is in the description. Join G'day Frank, his name is up top here, and a few other awesome people. We are very close to our total. We want to get there. We've got about half an hour left of this stream. We have $45 away, so let's try super hard to get there. I know we can pull it off. Let's make it happen. It would be an awesome way to end this stream.
I have shared it in Twitter
100%.
and LinkedIn as well.
That's awesome. You guys are amazing. And then I believe on the GoFundMe page, I'm just looking at it now, we've got $558 there too. So that will bring our total up to already over $1,000, which is absolutely amazing. Here we go. We've got some more people joining in. We got Devad. Hopefully we got an audio and video. Hey man, how we going? Devad's joining the game.
What's up, dude?
This does go to show how quickly we can work together.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man. When you guys popped this in my was it UX Steven, he put me in the group, and we were like, I think 4 people at the beginning or 5 people, and I was like, okay, cool, answering some messages. I closed my phone, put it away for like maybe 3-4 hours. I come back, it's like 45 people in the group, and like I had to read like an hour of messages. I was like, this is crazy, man. And Ryan, thank you for everything, all the hard work that you've put in.
Of course, man.
Honestly, this is awesome. So good job for Ryan, everybody.
Hey, Ryan. Good work, my man.
That's good. That's good. Does anyone else have Oreos on them? Should we keep just plugging Oreos?
I still have mine. I mean, I'm gonna probably fail if I try this again.
I think I'll buy Oreos.
I'm British. I've always got Oreos.
Frank's back at it. We didn't have to say anything to him.
Oh my god, that's 4 for 4, man. This guy's been practicing for way too long. Frank, you have way too much time on your
I
hand.
think it's the beard.
Yeah, everybody thinks he's a content
Provide
creator
some-
and designer. No, he just practiced getting Oreos in his mouth all day. It's just to cover up.
Content and Oreos.
Yeah, that's it. I guess while we've got us all in a group, is there anyone who wants to ask a specific question and have a bit of a discussion?
I'd actually like to ask a general question to everyone. I've recently started looking at proposal documents. So I'm curious, is there a specific element in the document that you think is like a key aspect that should really be highlighted?
I definitely think it is the scope of the project that you're working on, because scope creep is a real problem among the creative industry. Things that you talked about at the very beginning actually gets pushed back and just gets changed in the client's mind and their perspective as you keep talking. And then they're like, oh, I thought we talked about this. And you're like, no, we did not. And so this is going to cost you X amount of dollars. And so I think just highlighting everything that you're going to be doing for them and having different pricing tiers actually really help you to upsell what you're able to offer them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Well said. Got out of interest, how big is your proposals? Like, how are they? Quite a long kind of document, or are they like a 1 page, or?
They vary. The shortest one I've done is a 10-page, which just kind of highlighted what we'd be going through. The longest has only been about 30 pages, which they asked to a really in-depth background about me.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find the middle ground.
guess it's dependent on what the client is looking for. So if you can have a call with them and basically if they say, you know, we want a proposal, you ask them what they exactly want to see in that proposal. That way you're not having to give them 30 pages of stuff. I think that's
Absolutely.
a big thing.
For sure.
And I've just taken the course from the future as well, the proposal document on there. So I'm hoping that will teach me a little bit as well.
It's a very extensive template.
Oh, really? I've not actually looked at the document yet, so
Yeah, that's good. But you can set and forget with that kind of thing. So you can, all you have to do is just change little bits, and that's kind of it, and you're done.
all right, okay, good time.
Good. Yeah.
Do we have anything else we want to add to that conversation?
I think an interesting book that I'm sure many of you have already read is the Win Without Pitching Manifesto, and it talks a little bit about not having proposals.
Yeah,
and
like one page.
And I've kind of, I've kind of started trying to incorporate that. Like
the audio.
It's Frank's wig. It's jumping around something. I've got to.
No, it's got.
I think we might do this. There we go.
My guess is you want to get the book. That's my guess.
I've actually just got this book. I don't know if you can see that.
There we go.
It's a great book.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, that talks a little bit about that. I think it's kind of a tricky subject, right? I think is it Helen? I think she did a really good job in explaining what's the good way to do it.
That's awesome. All right, guys, we are $45 away from the total. Hopefully we can get there soon. Hopefully someone pulls through with the goods. But yeah, let's get back to our conversation.
Thoughts on Comic Sans.
Yeah, there we go. There's a comment coming in. Thoughts on Comic Sans. Let's do it.
Awesome.
It's the best.
The best
Coming back around. Was it ever in?
It's definitely unique.
I'm not sure where did the actual I guess issue with Comic Sans come from? Like where did it start? Like why is what makes it look terrible? Like what makes people feel like it looks bad? You know?
Probably because you probably wouldn't put it into a word mark of any kind for a professional logo. That's probably it, you know. And it's a nice joke between designers.
I heard that it was made to identify really well with children. I'm sure that sounds really stupid. I don't even know if it's true or not, but I heard down the line somewhere that they made it for that particular reason. And I guess people started using it as adults a lot, and then it just like unraveled into this beautiful thing that
My next carousel post, Ryan.
there you go.
Only using Comic Sans. First MS Paint, next only Comic Sans.
First it was MS Paint, now it's using Comic Sans.
That's it.
Yeah,
On an
that's
Etch-a-Sketch.
Comic Sans.
Jeez, don't even charge me, Frank, because you know I'll do it. I'll tell you what, if anyone hasn't seen it, we put out a carousel that I made only in MS Paint. And that was torture for an afternoon, I will tell you that. So doing anything on an Etch-a-Sketch or something like that was probably going to be even worse. But I do just want to bring to mind everyone that little picture there. Looking at that. That's that's great. I might screenshot that one. That one's great.
Good idea.
You're all anointed now.
Oh, guys, just want to point out real quick, thanks to Julian, we just hit our goal. He donated $45. Love the stream, guys. Big clap. Keep it up. That's the goal. $501.33. That was the goal for this live stream. I'm so glad that we got there. David has asked a question in the chat. How can I stop worrying about details when designing? I mean, I spend a lot of time designing something, but I care because I care about the details. So how do we just stop focusing on those nitty gritty little things and just put out something?
I think you shouldn't.
So focus on those details?
Yeah, kind of agree. The devil is in the details, as they say.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to be over, go crazy with them, but I mean, details are what makes, good designers. I think anyway.
I think there's a bit of a balance.
For sure.
You got to kind of balance in, the time limit or the budget with the details. I don't know. That's just my sort of take on it.
Yeah, it's a great point.
And then I think it also depends on your skill level and then if you have a team or not. Because a lot of times you can delegate certain things to different people. You don't have to be necessarily the one that's doing everything. That's only, I guess, if you have a team behind you.
Frank, was it you that had the Twitter logo on your Dribble account where you removed the little feather and the big details to show that it would still work?
Yeah, it was. I think that's my big thing with how I approach logo design is that you'll start with something that's quite complex, and then it's about simplifying and refining and refining and refining, and that's pretty much my take on how to do identity design, to have the most simple form factor possible, so that way when it is blown up big, when it is small, it's identifiable, it's recognizable, and it's easily remembered. And that was kind of just the trend that I could see from Twitter's progression, was a very not complicated logo, but a detailed symbol, and how far you could take it. Like it could just be, Twitter could go to just a white circle and that blue color, and you'd know it was kind of Twitter in the right context. Like if it was on your phone, you'd know it was Twitter, that kind of thing. So
absolutely. I think it seems to be going that way with a lot of trends, like the Warner Brothers logo. I don't know if everyone's seen it. They've kind of very simplified their logo.
Well, MasterCard, that's the most simple thing you could ever see. It's just two circles. There's not even a word mark anymore. It's just, the two circles.
That's awesome.
What's that saying? Good design is when you can't remove anything else, or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So the more you could remove, the better. Obviously, MasterCard, like it took time for them to build their brand, and people know who they are, so they're able to remove that word mark, and that's awesome. That's huge brand recognition.
Yeah. Now they're going down the line of audio branding and doubling down on that, which is super interesting to see how that plays out in the future in audio.
Mogo. Music logo.
Mogo. All right, cool.
Favorite design
What do you guys
account?
think about something that was recently I read about called eco-branding, that reduces the ink on the paper but still has the same essence of the logo that is there digitally, but offline you use it just a fair less amount of ink.
Clever. So like an outline or something would work, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Question coming in. Your favorite Instagram design account? Only one, they say. Let's go around one at a time. Julian, go.
John.
John.
Yeah, John, 100%.
Scott.
And mine is Julian's.
The bromance is real.
Is this
Classic.
Scott?
Yeah, John's typography is awesome, man. I love it. I love typography, so I wish I can design that way, but I don't know typography. I've never endeavored like heavily into it, but yeah, John's is always inspiring. Like even like the content is good, but the typography is just really good. I just love it, enjoying it, seeing it so much. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Appreciate it. Much love, dude. Thank you.
I would have to say probably Jacob Cass personally.
Yep.
Another good one.
That's awesome. Geraldo, do you want to jump in here?
Yeah, like usual, maybe Michael Janda, as usual.
Of course. Awesome. Jared?
You know what? With everyone talking about John's profile, I did go back through it just recently, and again, I'll just back up the typo that he does. I love it.
That's
Thanks,
awesome.
man. Appreciate it.
Getting all the love.
So,
Devad?
Yeah. Does it just have to be designers? Because there's this one illustrator named.
Anyone. Go
yeah,
for it.
there's this one illustrator named I Am Hank. He's Hank Washington. He was on
Search it.
He was on an Adobe Livestream a few months back. He does like these illustrations that are kind of like geometric based. He does like a fuzzy type of way to bring depth to them. I think that his design is really awesome, and I've done like.
Sorry, what was his name?
I Am Hank. This is Instagram. His name's Hank Washington.
Yeah, I just searched it, so it's I am _Hank. Rashak, do you want to join in? Oh, you might be muted. Helen?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm gonna share Tony's. So it's at XD Podcast. I'm doing a shameless plug for him right now.
Hey, Tony.
Yeah, his profile is awesome. I love looking through his stuff. It's always like really fun and it's colorful and it's just straight to the point.
That's
Got
awesome.
a very good
That's
sense of humor.
Yeah, he should pay me for this too.
Kickbacks.
For like video content wise, I like Franks, and for content wise, I like Jandas, and for really strategy wise, I like Michael Vaughn's Misco.
Awesome. And Frank?
I really like Stefan Kuhns. He's a hand letterer. Yes, because of his amazing hand lettering, but that he's still got a 450,000 people following, but he replies to every single comment and direct message. I think that's just insane. And he's a really nice guy as well from chatting with him a couple of times. So.
That's awesome.
What about you, Ryan?
To be honest, I think I really like what, Frank, you do in the way you include your own like face and photos into your branding in your photos online. I think that's something that designers need to do more of, especially when they're trying to grow a personal brand, actually show who they are and their personality. And I think you show your personality really well online.
Yeah, thank you.
I do want that Stormtrooper helmet, by the way, Frank.
Oh yeah, that's upstairs. Sorry,
all right. Next question coming in. Your favorite food, and you're not allowed to say Oreos.
No way.
Tacos, for sure. Tacos every day.
Tacos?
Julia, let's start with you.
Favorite food. Okay, so here's the tricky thing for me. My favorite food is pizza, but unfortunately, I can't eat cheese anymore. So I eat pizza with no cheese. Sad as fuck, I know, but I do it. I still do it.
Lactose intolerant?
What?
You starting to go lactose intolerant?
I'm dairy intolerant, not even lactose. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah. It's like 4 years now. I don't eat cheese.
That's it.
Rough.
Scott?
So enjoy it while it lasts. If you guys are cheese eaters, enjoy it now, man. Because you never know.
I'll have cheese in your name later.
I'd have to say anything spicy. I grew up around spicy food, so the hotter the better for me.
I like it. Geraldo?
I have one special from my country. Maybe some of you may have heard of it. It's called Indomie, Indonesian noodle ramen.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, everyone knows ramen.
You should try it. Maybe in some Asian store, maybe sell Indomie there.
Yeah, you can get it here. In
ramen. Ramen's big.
Nice.
John?
Oh, jeez. I just love Brazilian food. I'm a bit biased because I'm originally from Brazil, but like rice, beans, steak, just real Brazilian style meal. I could never go wrong with that. That's my grandma. My grandma liked a good one. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
Jared?
a different kind of steak. I know that sounds pretty universal.
I like steak.
It's just the way they make it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
No, they do it really well, and that sort of tags onto what I was going to say. I've been hanging out with a lot of Brazilians lately because I was training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a little bit injured at the moment, but because it's getting warmer, obviously I'm getting in on the acai bowls. Anyone knows that?
Yeah.
There you go. Do the no-gi in the summer. No-gi training in summer.
It's like dessert for breakfast.
That's awesome. Who have we got next? I think we've got back to Javad.
Yeah, tacos is my number one go-to. The soft shell tortillas. Yeah. I just actually had some yesterday. So simple. Lettuce, tomato. Whether you want steak or you want chicken, you can do whatever with those.
That's awesome. Rashak?
Fried with a lot of cheese.
That's awesome. Helen?
Honestly, I can't choose between oysters or sushi. I am on the personal mission to finish 50 oysters in one sitting, but it's really hard.
Wow.
That's a lot of oysters.
Yeah. It's good. It's good for you.
2020 goals.
I would join you on that one.
So let's do it.
Is that your New Year's resolution now?
I guess so. I mean, my top is like 36 in one sitting, so we'll see.
So like, do you just start feeling full, or do you feel sick after 36?
It's like nobody wants to eat with me, so I just stop eating.
Yeah.
Dang, that's like a world record.
Trotty?
I eat a lot of Indian food, but I love prawns the most.
Prawns. Are those like shrimp almost? Like the smaller seafood?
Yeah, it's a little any prawns, king prawns, like they're small, a little smaller than shrimps.
Oh, okay.
Are they called shrimps? I don't know.
They're like I know in like I guess like Louisiana, like in their gumbo, they have like I think they use prawns like crawdaddy. It's like that might be one of like a type of seafood that they use. Like the smaller.
Yeah, the smaller one.
And of course, Frank to finish it off.
I like tacos mainly because these guys right here, I made their logo. They're a taco place, street food store. Yeah, they're
shameless plug.
How much did you get paid?
They're my family as well. So they're my family as well. So.
Franchise or are they mainly in Australia?
Just Australia. It's just one store, family business. The guy that runs it, which is my cousin's husband, he is Filipino from originally California, came to Australia in Newcastle to make Mexican food.
Wow.
Figured that one.
That's a good story.
All right, guys, we're going to start to wrap this up, but I do want to ask one final question to finish this off to each of you. I want one word to describe yourself. And then after you say that, spread out your, shout out your social media handles so everyone knows where to find you. Let's start with Julian.
Fuck.
One word to describe you, then your social media handle.
Done. Job done.
I'm trying to think. These. I'm gonna say enthusiastic, and you can find me at juju.branding on Instagram.
Awesome. Thanks for joining, Scott.
I'd have to say quirky, and you can find me at Scott Hardy Beckham on Instagram.
Awesome. John?
I would like to think kind, and you can find me at John Bresciani Design on Instagram.
That's awesome. Geraldo?
Simple. And at my Instagram at geraldo.id. Thank you.
That's awesome. Jared?
I would say experienced, and my Instagram is at winart.design.
Awesome. Devad?
Yeah, I would say adaptable, and my Instagram is Devad Sanders.
Awesome. Rashad?
DIVAD Sanders.
Rashad?
Fun but shy, and you can find me at Raksha Graphic on Instagram.
Awesome. Fantastic. Callum?
I guess friendly, I hope. So my Instagram is _designbytes_.
That's awesome. Shotzi?
I was going to take friendly, but now I have to think of it.
You can be friendly too.
Yeah.
Friendlier.
I was thinking of learner. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And where can people find you?
Do I sit? You can find me at Troops Folio.
Awesome. Fantastic. Frank?
Frank.
Says it all.
Just
or
say
Jesus.
Frank.
Whichever one it is.
I think that's a good one.
Or Jesus.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And for myself, I'm going to say ambitious, and you can find me at the Ryan Hayward. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a blast to get everyone in a call like this. Hope you guys in the call as well, and everyone else watching, have found this type of experience valuable.
Sorry, I've got to go.
And yeah, I'd love to do like more of this type of everybody jump at a conference call together too.
Jared's out of here.
Jared's has run out real quick somewhere, so we're just going to wait for him, see what he comes back to. Unless he's stuck out. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Actually, let's go back to that Zoom call real quick. Let's get a quick selfie with everyone. We'll get a quick photo. Tom, on your end, can you screenshot something? We'll everybody do a big wave or something for social media. You can get out your phones or something if you want. We'll do a quick thumbs up. Joe, get some thumbs up. There we go.
It's all good.
Got a screenshot.
All good, mate.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Catch up very soon.
Peace, guys.
Right.
Good job.
Thanks, guys.
And also, congrats to
Thanks, Ryan.
everyone who donated
Well
and
done.
helping us out. We reached our goal. So yeah, if we just bring that camera back to me real quick, we will finish up. Awesome. Alrighty, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. This has been an absolute blast. It was very impromptu, as you know, but I think that's what made it great. You know, in the end, we weren't planning to have about 12 people in the Zoom call at once, but we ended up making it happen. So that's what we do here at Pitchproof, just ambitious and on the spot. And then again, thank you to everyone who's donated. Your names have appeared here. And obviously we reached our donation count of $500 tomorrow morning. Yes, big clap for that one. There we go. Our head of broadcasting is clapping. Tomorrow morning, I will put that money into the Gofundme page. It's almost 1 a.m. here, so I'm probably going to just pack up and go to bed, to be completely honest. Other cool things, we're 6 subscribers away from 1,000 here on Pitchproof. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that. If you want more of this stuff, make sure to tell us. Tag if you've been watching, make sure to tag us, take a photo of me. There you go. Take a photo, tag us at Use Pitchproof, even tag me at the Ryan Hayward if you want. And I'm positive they'll probably go back up on our story. So that's it for us today, guys. Yeah, make sure you donate. I'm going to put a link in the chat to the GoFundMe so you guys can donate to that too, now that we've reached our total. So I'm going to just chuck that in chat real quick. Ooh, let me spam that a little bit, a couple times. Hopefully that link works. It should do. Go check out that GoFundMe too. That will be up to over $1,000 now, which is super exciting. And remember, for the next 2 days, leave your profile picture purple to raise awareness for Alzheimer's disease. But yeah, huge thank you, and we will catch up with everyone very, very soon. My name is Ryan Hayward. Have a good one.